it wasn't really moving much. Pretty much all the money we spent on the passport was gone. Unfortunately, we have to now wait and see what happens with this Genesis. Hello everybody, I just wanted to give a quick update on how the 100 ETH challenge is going. So essentially what we had to do was to actually figure out if it was a good play holding on to the loveless passes. So if you remember on the previous episode, we got ourselves a couple of loveless passes, one loveless passport and 2 loveless jeans. So that set us off most of the 0.44 we got ourselves up to. I think we spent about 0.42 to get those. So this is the spreadsheet. So on the yes, we bought the passport, we bought the jeans, and then what we did yesterday was we got rid of them because it wasn't really moving much. So we thought, okay, let's get rid of it and swap for something with a bit more volume. So we actually sold at a massive loss. We lost about 0.248. Pretty much all the money we spent on the passport was gone. The jeans money and jeans and the passport together got us back 0.17. So we were back to 0.1987. And then we spent that about the same amount to get a new project called Antebellum Genesis, and it has a pretty good volume. So this is their website. It's currently not been revealed, but the Antebellum Genesis is here. Yeah, so currently it's dropped a bit since we got it. So it's dropped to 0.12. So, and that's okay. I think it minted for 0.1, so it's not too bad. I believe if we have enough of these at reveal, they might be pretty good. And yeah, we are kind of looking at options for this. The plan here now is to really get this Genesis land, and we are looking to probably flip it. So just before reveal, which would be in 6 days' time, it might go up in value. And it might also, if that doesn't happen at reveal before there is a P2E game, so before the P2E game is launched, the Genesis land should also go up in value. So there's some good opportunities coming up on this. So having said that, I think this is the play we're going to do now, and try to see if we can increase the value of this. So unfortunately, this was literally the only project we found that had a decent bit of volume. It came with some good recommendations as well from a few alpha groups. And as you can see, it's got a lot of transactions running all the time. I think the website looks pretty nicely done. This is the website with a nice roadmap. So they're on their phase 3 currently. So Discord and Twitter is established, marketing plan is started. And there will be launch staking and marketplace that will be coming up, and there's going to be an iOS game coming up, iOS and Android game, and from that game the stuff will come out to the tokens. And this is the trailer. It looks quite nice. It's a Unity game as well, so let's have a quick look. It's only 1 minute. So you acquire the land, and then from the land you're going to collect these tokens. I'm not too crazy on the token collections, because usually P2Es, from my experience, it doesn't really work too well. But because it's pre-reveal, it might be a pretty interesting idea to look at this, So yeah, it's got nice gameplay, I think. So I think this is gonna create some good momentum. And if we look at their Twitter account, it's been followed by a ton of people that are quite interesting. So yeah, we've got Ugaverse, Popeye. We've got some Bored Apes people, some creeps. I think there's a lot of creeps on this as well. So it's creeps and Bored Apes actually. Izadi's there as well. So usually he's pretty clued in, and Matthew's there. So it's got some interesting people following it. And if we look at the IC tools, let's have a quick look at the IC tools for Antebellum. So let's see, Antebellum. Antebellum. Genesis Land. There you go. So yeah, it's taken a downturn, but you see there was a lot of volume initially. Now the volume's dropping, but I think when the land gets revealed in 6 days' time, it might be pretty good. So usually that's what happens. They tend to kind of quieten up as they're moving down, as they're kind of post mint. So there was some big sales at 18, 19. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, generally the floor is actually quite nice here, and there's still a bit of volume on this, so it's not too bad. Now later on down the line, we have to wait till about another 6 days for the reveal to happen to see if we can flip it. So the plan is to now, we are on day 18, so we just spent over 2 weeks, and we are we definitely took almost like a 50% loss on our last transaction with the Loveless stuff. So unfortunately we have to now wait and see what happens with this Genesis. With small money you have to kind of sit and wait sometimes. But yeah, it's got a good team. I checked the Discord. It's got a good potential. Now, that aside, I also want to tell about a couple of other projects I'm looking at and in fact invested in as well. One is called the Retro Arcade Collection. So this is going to bring in the old school games to NFTs. And the floor's been holding up pretty well on this. It's now at 0.20. So the floor, it dropped a little bit earlier, about 0.175. So this one, you're gonna get like real arcade games through this, and the company behind it has some experienced people. Meta Galaxy, they are all doxed team, and in fact it's somebody from London. It's a friend of mine who's starting it, so that's pretty good. I checked his LinkedIn as well. He seems to know a few things. And yeah, so I think they can deliver some stuff here. They have a pretty good track record in IT field, and they're bringing this thing called Smart NFT, and this is like their main kind of first collection they're bringing out, and it's got limited items, 3.6k only. So I think there is a good chance the floor can go up on this. So yeah, we're going to check this one and see how this goes. So that's one project, and there's another project called Arcade Land. This is by the people who created the Apes versus Mutants game. So the floor was 0.5 when I first looked at it 3 days ago. It's already gone up to 1.1219. So by the time this video gets to you, it might go up a bit more. So it might not necessarily be the best at this kind of entry, but it might not be bad either. So they have 3 types of lands here. So this is a land game, and yeah, you've got different sizes. So let's say the smallest size, this half of them is the smallest size, it's 1.9. The large is now going at 1.48, and the one above it is going I believe 2.5. Yeah, 2.45. Yeah, so there you go. So the X large was only 1.5 when I last looked at it. So I think there's good potential on this long term. Pranksy did a sweep earlier for about 200 ETH, I think. So he bought like 110 odd or 120 odd of these lands. So yeah, I mean, I'll definitely check it out, see how it is. But yeah, we're going to put the links of these projects. But yeah, I think it's quite safe to get in. I mean, look at the amount of volume. It's 13,000. It's a lot of volume that's coming into this. And because it's a land, there's a lot of people, projects that will be getting into this. So I think, it's a pretty fair bet. And it's been talked about. I checked the Discord. It's got a lot of movement. There's a lot of people in there, a lot of bored apes investors in there as well. And yeah, so these are the kind of 3 projects I'm looking at. Obviously for the challenge, we only have enough budget to get in on the Antebellum Genesis, and yeah, we'll see how it goes going forward, and I'll keep you posted how the challenge progresses. Thank you. Have a nice day, night, or evening, wherever you are. Cheers.